Alright, we are sat down with the 500. Welcome to Hammerdown Festival 2022. This is your first time here. You guys have been very much on my radar since the set of downloads. That was pretty nuts. How was that for you? Was that like a pretty career-changing set for you guys?
The best 34 minutes of my life.
Is that how long it was?
I watched the YouTube video.
Yeah, but no, it was insane.
Yeah, it was cool.
We've been going to the festival for years. It's like the UK's biggest show for us. So
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool show. That blew me away. I booked you and the City's Hours based on that gig.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I haven't had Hammerdown for a few years, so but yeah, that was like yes. I would like that, please. It was sick. So for you guys, the Our Demise album, it kind of smacks people in the face. It's pretty intense from start to finish. There's a couple of more docile moments. But what was the goal behind the record for you guys?
To make it better than the first one.
Yeah, always. That's always the goal.
Progression. You know, we learned a little bit from the first album, and you know, the intention was always to do what we did well in the first album, and we learned after touring it and gigging it, and that well that works really well, that doesn't work well. You know, this song maybe doesn't work as well live as we hoped, and just improve on our technical ability and like songwriting. In general, sure. Such progression.
Just realised I made a mistake by the way. The album is called A World on Fire. How was the music video for Our Demise? Because I watched the behind the scenes for it, like a pretty epic video. What was the experience like creating that? How did you guys come up with the idea to do it like that?
It's like the first time we ever did 2 videos in one day.
Yeah.
Right,
so wouldn't recommend it.
Don't do that again.
That was one random. We did a bit of a prep, get everything inside the venue and set up the day before, and then literally a world of Our Demise and the Walls of Jericho.
Walls of Jericho in the same day.
Both filmed that same day.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously there was like 2 full sets kind of set up in a big courtroom.
Like what was it? Our Demise stage was there with a big screen behind it, and just off that, across here, it was like a massive loop of curtains
splashed up
with like blood and stuff, and then we just went through there and filmed the next video.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah,
it's a long day.
Took from 8 in the morning till 12, and then from 12 till about 6 at night we did the second video.
Sure.
It was a good experience. We learned a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do it again or not.
You learned to not do it again, yeah?
It was cool.
No, I'm not doing 2 videos in a day again.
Sure.
It was that really good.
Yeah, well, it was fun.
Personally, I think with your sounds, you're one of those bands that stay really consistent with everything that you've done, and I feel like that's quite difficult to maintain consistency at that high level without changing your sound too much. So what's the direction for where you're going now? Are you trying to stick in the same kind of vein? What's the goal for you guys?
That's a great question. We were just talking about that, weren't we? About
all the way down.
We're working on album number 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
And we're having this exact same discussion. Do we want to do another album of what we know best and what we do now? Or do we want to mix things up and do a bit of a throwaway album, which is completely different? Which invariably pisses a lot of people off, but then you also get a lot of new fans with it. So
sure. So in up at the moment, so you're not sure yet.
What's coming is always going to be the 500, and it's going to be esque of where we're at, and that's what I like the direction generally of writing so far is. But there's just a lot of different ideas and influences the band, different influences amongst the band that are like going to maybe take a bit more play on this next album. So like, we're just mixing it up a little bit to make it even more fun.
That's exciting. That's cool. Would we like to see anything from that soon? What's the plan at the moment? What can I ask? What's coming next?
Well, there might be a track we'll release this year.
That's exciting.
That's all we'll say.
That's okay.
They're definitely exclusive.
the rest of it will be probably next year.
Yeah,
sure.
Hopefully before festival season, and then if not people dig it, then maybe we'll get some good festival slots for next summer.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, busy next 6 months.
Yeah.
So if I was to ask you what some of your favourite gigs have ever been, you know, with Gibraltar coming up, which I know is a big deal to the band, but what else? What are some of the highlights of your career in terms of the live shows?
Always Texfest is pretty cool.
Yeah, how was that this year? Was it good?
Yeah, it was.
Texas is always amazing.
Yeah, it's a great festival. We like to do it.
Radar
was insane.
Yeah, the building for that is epic.
Yeah.
What a chandelier.
Yeah, I've
Chandelier.
The class is
in terms of crowd, obviously the Download Festival one sticks in the mind, but Moscow in 2017, 2018 was Probably the most
Yeah.
insane crowd we've ever played to.
The tour as a whole is just something special.
You literally walking around like the people that have paid to come and see us, and it's like literally kids, air hostesses, old businessmen, like young metal fans,
so cool.
just like ridiculous.
It's the first time we played to a circle pit that started before the first note was played.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a circle pit going
With that
before we actually played the first note.
That's the dream, no? That's so cool.
Yeah, amazing.
That's really cool. So, Gibraltar show, how did that actually come about? Because I know that's obviously quite a personal thing, right? So, how did that come about, and you know, what are you hoping to get out of it?
It's been 21 years in the making, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean the background behind it is, you know, Mark and I are from Gibraltar. We grew up in Gibraltar. We were in bands in Gibraltar before we came to England.
I thought it was just the one of you. I didn't realise it was two of us, Mark and
It
myself.
used to be like
It used to be more. So like originally,
The entire band.
Wow.
4 of us came over from Gibraltar to be rock stars and all that shit, and then 20 years later, we're still trying to be rock stars, but now, you know, glasses on in interviews and shit. But like, there's only 2 of us from Gibraltar, so out of the Gibraltar contingency, only
Original
a couple of us made
500
it.
was still, even when 500 started, the drummer was, Liam was from Gibraltar obviously, and it was only like a year or so later that his place.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, ultimately the Gibraltar link, you know, isn't going to go away.
Yeah.
And because we spent a lot of time there, you know, we've got a lot of friends and family, I suppose, and I suppose developed a fan base more recently, the last few years, since 500's 2 albums.
It's always been a little dream in the pipeline. Every time we've been out and done a few videos, we've got to go back and play Chip one. Yeah, it'll be amazing. So to finally do it.
In many ways, going back to the Moscow gig, the reason that Moscow gig is so awesome is because you don't get many bands going all the way over there.
No,
so when a band plays there, everyone shows up. Who's playing tonight? I don't know, it's a metal band.
Yeah.
Everyone just gets down there. Gibraltar's a bit that way, that there's not a lot happening over there. So when there's a rock show, everyone turns up. So it's going to be a sellout show. It's going to be.
There was kids like lining down the front, like like asking for like tickets and stuff, and we went out and they were like 500, and they were like giving us like bottles of vodka and cans of Red Bull and stuff, and they were like, I was like, well, what do you want me to do with it? So you drink a shot of vodka and then a shot of Red Bull.
Nice. Gibraltar tradition.
That's how the.
So that's what we expect it's going to be like when we play in Gibraltar, because it's a small place.
I was out there for a long time.
It'll be sangria instead of vodka. That's
That's so cool. Right? You should do a show of Breeze 77 or something like that. That would be sick.
for sure. We've been talking about that for a while.
Have you?
Yeah, they're good friends of ours, obviously. So.
Well, yeah, as you said, small place, right? So what else have we got coming next? Right, so potentially some new music towards the end of the year. You've got the Gibraltar show. What else is in the calendar for you guys? It's coming to the end of festival season. What else is going
Not a
on?
lot. There's one show we haven't announced yet. It's happening in, I think it's October.
Okay.
And there's nothing else.
So you're breaking to writing records? Is that another plan?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, that's exciting.
Maybe have 6 months off completely. We'll do this show, Gibraltar, this other show, and then nothing probably. I mean, don't get me wrong, if somebody calls me, hey, we've got this slot, it's really good, then we'll do it.
Of course.
So we're always like ready, so within a few days we'll be ready to smash it, but the focus definitely needs to be right.
Yeah, it's time for the next phase.
Yeah, sure. Well, 500, absolute pleasure. Really looking forward to your set tonight. Check out the record. It is called A World on Fire. It's not called otherwise. So check that out and keep an eye for more stuff soon. Thanks guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.